let's start then. I will import these two files. Okay, so this is imported. Then we basically worked on some things. Okay, so I'm just leaving this out. Okay, now first thing, main thing that we saw that class here. Basically, we saw how to create a data frame from a list of list, from a dictionary of list, and from a list of dictionaries. From these three, we saw how to make a data frame, and then we saw how to, like, suppose if there is a CSV or Excel file present in our system, how to use that file to create a data frame. Okay, so here we have like reading a CSV file and loading the entire data into your Python Pandas memory. Okay, so till here we saw that class. Now, okay. Same thing, df. Okay, then we saw how to basically read data from some link which is present on the internet. If some data is present on the internet, how to take data from there. Then we saw indexing and slicing. I'm assuming indexing we saw, and then slicing we saw. Okay, now I'm going to continue class. Then we saw like some functions, okay, such as info, count. To chalo, normal function is there. Okay. Then select under D types. Then we saw, I think, set underscore index also we saw. Set, reset, copy, set underscore index C. Okay, so we have already worked on this. Okay. Now let's continue. Set underscore, yeah. Now let's continue class. Suppose let's say I have this df2 data frame. I am just creating a copy. Okay, so what is df2? Df2 is basically df1, we can say this is your df data frame class. Now what happens now? What happens whenever you are working on any data frame? Okay, so whenever you are trying to modify, so usually what happens now, we don't modify the original data frame. You can obviously, but we don't usually. It is not a widely used practice. The reason for that is simply, suppose let's say right now you are fetching data from CSV file in your system only, so that is fine. Okay, but suppose let's say class you are fetching data from some server. Okay, from some SQL server, or maybe some like we fetch data from GitHub. Okay, directly that airlines data. Okay, so if you're fetching data like this from some server, okay, and let's say you have fetched the data, you have created a data frame out of it, and then you are modifying that same data frame only. And later on, during the analysis only, you realize that you have already modified, okay, but you need the original data frame again. So in that case, what you will do? You will fetch the data again from server, right? So what will happen? It will unnecessarily put load on the server again and again. Because when you fetch data from some server, okay, when you like obviously will put some request, you will send some request. In that case, in order to like, handle that request, some processing will be there in case of server also. So usually to avoid this, okay, we try not to modify the original data. That is why your copy method is available. So what I will do, I will create a copy class. Df2 is equal to df dot copy. Here you can see we have created a copy. Now what I'm going to first is, suppose class, let's say we have this name column. Okay, so you can fetch the name column like this. Okay, now there is another way. Okay, see, like in this format we are getting a series. I told you there is another way how you can fetch this for data in a data frame format also, if you use double brackets. Okay, now there is one more thing that you can do. If the column that you're trying to fetch is already there in the data frame, So in that case, you can also write df2 dot name. So you can see df2 dot name and df2 name like this in terms of like in indexing format. Both of them will give you the same output, that is in series format. Now what I need to do, class, suppose let's have this data with me. Okay, so I want to like suppose Avery Bradley is there, Jay Crowder is there, John Holland is there. So I want to separate the first name and the surname. I want to separate the first name and the surname. So what I will do, class? I will write here df2 dot name. You can do indexing also. Okay, then dot split. This is what you will do. So what do you think, class, will be the output in this case? Anyone? What should be the output in this particular scenario? Split by space. Obviously, it will split by space. Okay, no. This will throw error. Try to understand this, class. Suppose let's say you have a string with you. Suppose let's say you have this Avery Bradley with you. Okay. So obviously, what you can do in your code, you can write this string and then you can write dot split. Okay, on the basis of space, it will work like this. Okay, but right now in our case, I'm applying the split method. I'm applying the split method. Okay, on which type of data? Can anyone tell me? On which type of data am I applying the split method? Dictionary, no. Object, no. List, no. Array, you can say not precisely. Anyone else? String, no. String, no. Data frame, no. Series, exactly. This particular df2 dot name is giving a series, no? That is why I showed you. df2 dot name is giving a series. So we are applying the split method on a series. Tell me, class, we want to split this individual names or do we want to split the series? We want to split the individual names or split the series. Ranjit, what do you understand? Like, can you explain split the series? Like, how will you split the series? Splitting the series, does it make sense? You have to split the name, or to be more precise, you can say, yes, you have to split all the names in the series. You're not splitting the series, no. You're splitting the name in the series. Okay, that means what happens, class? So here what we need to do, you have to write dot str dot split. So why we are doing this particular thing? When I write dot c, when I write apply split on the series, it will throw error. See attribute error. Series object has no attribute split. Obviously, you cannot apply split on that. But suppose you want to do it on the name, individual names, so you have to write dot str. So here what we are doing, basically we are specifying that whatever individual strings are present in the entire series, I want to apply split on them. Okay. So see, hence the output. So what it will do, it will convert each of them individually into a list format. Okay. Now, class, this is what happens when there is an argument by default called as expand. The default value of expand is false. So that is what we will get in the output. But suppose, let's say if I write expand equal to true, this is not present in core Python. This split function that we are using is basically of pandas only. So here if I run this code, so you can see expand equal to false means it will give you a series output. Expand equal to true means here it will give you a data frame output. Okay. Now can anyone guess? Anyone? Why we are getting this none value in 3 columns separately? df2 has 5 columns? No. So obviously, because so what? But why 5 columns are we getting? See, try to understand the reason plus behind it. Okay, why we're getting exactly 5 columns? First thing, okay, you're saying ki, because df2 has 5 columns. First of all, df2 doesn't have 5 columns, it has 9 columns in total. Okay, yes, we're doing manipulation on name. So we should have two no columns. Na? Every n brightly red set from where these red 3 columns are coming from. Okay, so for this, you need to understand how the data is. Okay, so let us see class quickly. This name column. Okay, what happens class? We know that wherever it will get a space, it will do a split. So there is a possibility that there is some name in the entire data set having 5 parts. Okay, having 5 parts. This is suppose let's say Neil, Nitin, Mukesh. So there are 3 parts, right? Similarly, there are, see, this is James, Mikhail, Nakadu. Okay, so there are 3 parts. Okay, but here see one more name is there class. Okay, because here there are 5 parts of the name. So that is why we are getting 5 columns. Every Bradley can be divided into 2 parts only, right? So that is why it is showing none, none, none in rest of the columns. Are you getting this? Are you getting this reason now? Right? Okay. Now, what you can do, class, in order to avoid this particular thing, you can basically control at how many splits you want to do. Right? N equal to 1. Okay. So now you can see we're getting this. Suppose if you're at n equal to 2, so you'll get this 2 splits. Okay, n equal to 1. If you don't mention n, then it will by default take all whatever number of splits are possible. Okay, hence the output. Is it clear class so far or not? Okay. Now, this particular thing is giving us a different data frame, right? So let's say I'm storing this in a separate data frame name or na is equal to I'm storing this in a separate data frame na. Now, what you can do, class? Suppose let's say I want this data, this na data, okay, to be a part of my main data frame. Ranjit, that is what we did now. You're putting one equal n equal to 1 only, right? Okay, so it will do only one split. Suppose Neil, Nitin, Mukesh is there. So it will do Neil, it will take Neil separately and Nitin, Mukesh as a whole separately. Only it will do first split only. It will start doing split from the starting. No. So Neil, Nitin, Mukesh. So it will get a space just after Neil. So it will do that single split there only. Okay, it won't continue any further. Okay, now suppose class, let's say I want to add this data into my main data frame. Okay, I want this column as a separate column. Okay, so what we can do, there are 2 ways. Okay, df2, I can create a new column here. Suppose let's say I'm creating here first name is equal to, okay, this is na, right? So na and column 0 and column 1 is there. So I will write here plus na 0. Okay, so here you can see 0th column of the na data frame will become part of the first name column of the df2 data. So you can see first name column got added in the df2 data frame directly. All of you got till here or not? Right? Now here class, by default it will always add in the end. Now what you can do, you can, if you want, you can maybe rearrange also how df dot columns. Okay, you will take the entire thing. Ha, Mamta, yes, you can. But again, it will always, that also will, it will give us in the end now. df2 is equal to df2 plus, or and here I will rearrange. Let's suppose I want first name just after the name column. Okay, so you can see now first name got name column. Like here we can now rearrange in this manner. Okay, now suppose class. Now let's say I already know that at which location I want to add the data. So what I can do class? df2 dot insert, like we can use. So insert will take location column value. Location column value. Okay, so first I will put location. So suppose let's say I want to insert the last name here after the first name. So location will be what? 0, 1, 2. So we will write here 2. Okay, then the name of the column. The name of the column that you want to keep in the data frame. So I will keep last name. Okay, and then the data source. Okay, so data source will be NA1, right? Column 1 of NA data frame, right? So if we run this code class, okay, so you can see df2 last name got added here. Is it clear class everyone till here now? Getting this thing or not? See, insert basic data take 3 things as arguments. Okay, whatever data frame is there, df dot insert, whatever data frame is there, then column index where you want to put it. Okay, then comma followed by the column name that you want to put, and then data source. Okay, this thing you have to mention. So there is one more argument also, allow underscore duplicates. I think the default value of that is false. Okay, I think you can just check it using question mark thing. Okay, by default it is false. So what happens class? Suppose let's say the column, let's say your last name column is already the name of the column last name is already there present in the data frame. Okay, so in that case, if you want to add another column with the same name, so in that case you have to mention allow duplicates equal to true. So if last name need to be first and first name need to be last. Yes, you can use same method, no? You mention the location and wherever you see, it is totally up to you what what column name you want to mention. Totally up to you. So you can do that. There is like suppose we have already done this. There is another thing that you can do now. df2 dot rename is there. Okay, so rename class is basically used to rename columns or index labels. Okay, so what you can do class? df2 dot rename. Okay, and then you can write here columns is equal to, you have to pass a dictionary. Suppose let's say first name you have to convert to last name. So you will write first name colon last name comma last name column f name. Okay, see, फर्स्ट नेम तो हमारा एल नेम हो गया, लास्ट स्टेप फर्स्ट स्टेप करिए। अच्छा, स्पेलिंग राइट, सी क्लास। क्लियर एवरीवन? कुणाल, टू इज द लोकेशन ना, जैसे यहाँ पर in this case name is present at the zero index in case of column. Okay, name is zero location, first name is location 1. Suppose I want to add something, insert something after first name, so that will come on location 2. So in that manner it is basically controlling. So one more thing class here, if I show you df2, so you can see df2 is again showing first name and last name, but we changed that to last name and first name, right? So whenever you are doing some modifications, okay, whenever you're doing some modifications that cannot be reversed, if you're using insert, so obviously insert can be reversed, that is fine, okay, but rename cannot be reversed. You can reverse it obviously, but suppose let's say you forgot, okay, so whenever you are doing some modifications which can create problem in the data frame, so what pandas does in that case, it won't make the changes in the same data frame by default. Okay, what you can do, you can write df3 is equal to this. So you will find this changes in the df3 data frame, but df2 will remain same. But suppose if you want to make the changes in the same df2 data frame only, so you have to write in place equal to, I think I explained this in the last session also, right? In place equal to true. So now you can see df2 got changed. Vishal, yes. Rename is basically used to modify either the columns or the index names. Index or column only you can modify. Using rename. I ran that again, so they got changed again, right? Clear everyone class so far? No, no, no. We are not swapping the columns. We are just swapping the name of the columns. What error are you getting, Imran? Jayavardhan, this particular thing is doing what? This is getting replaced here, and this column is coming. Sorry, this name is coming here. I'm just renaming the columns. That's it. What error are you getting, Imran? In place equal to true means he. Okay. In place equal to true means basically we want to make the changes in the same data frame. We want to make changes in the same data frame in which you are working currently. Okay. When you write in place equal to false, so it won't make the changes in the same data frames, rather it will create a new data frame altogether. Clear class till here or not? Is everyone in sync with me so far? It's just a format, Mahesh. He changed this name to this and change this name to this. Yes, Amit. CSV file is not getting changed at all. Whatever changes are happening inside the Python only, in the Python memory only, unless and until you store it again in the CSV file in your storage. Okay, it won't make any changes in the CSV file. Clear class so far? Let's continue now. Okay, so let's continue now, class. If everyone is comfortable till here. Yes, so moving forward, the name is done. Insert ये हो गया. Great, we have done. Now, suppose class, let's say, uh, see, whenever we talk about columns in general, okay. So I'm just again starting with df. Acha, wait. Before continuing, let me just show you one more thing. Suppose let's say this first name and last name column is there with us now. Now, suppose let's say I say I don't need this name column again anymore. What I can do, I can write here df2 dot drop. Drop class is basically used to drop an entire column or an entire row. Row or column you can drop. If you're dropping columns, you have to mention columns is equal to, you have to pass a list which you want to drop. Suppose let's say I want to drop the name column only, okay, and then followed by in place equal to true. Okay. So now you can see class name column is not there in the df2 data frame anymore. Drop means it will delete that column from that particular data frame. Drop in is something different. Drop in is used for like null values. Drop is used for basically dropping data, any column. Those two are different. Yeah, I will cover drop in also later on. Now class here. Now we don't have the name column anymore with us. But suppose I need that name column again. Okay, or let's say I don't have the name column right from the starting and I want to create the name column. I want to combine these two, create a single column. So what I can simply do class, like this happens, like all of you remember element wise operations, arithmetic operations we covered in array. Suppose if there are two arrays of same shape, okay, and you're adding them together. So what will NumPy do? It will add them element wise. First element of the first array will get added to the first element of the second array, right? I hope you all remember this. Everything will happen here also. df2 name is equal to, we'll write df2 dot first name. You can use indexing also, plus df2 dot last name. C class. Name column got created. One more thing that you can do, you can include space also here. See. Every space Bradley, J space Crowder, and so on for all the columns. All of you understood this or not? Right? Sure. Let's continue now. I'm just creating another copy of your DF. I don't need this first name and last name. So just we are starting from scratch now. Okay. Let's say class we have this with us. Now there is a function. See, before that, let me explain. Whenever we are working on columns, so majorly columns can be divided into two categories. First is numerical columns. Second is categorical columns. Categorical maybe there are two things. There is non-numerical categorical. There is numerical category. That means, suppose class, let's say, in this data we don't have that kind of information. Okay, but suppose let's say we have this data about, let's say we have the let's say like sex of the people. Okay, male or female. Okay, now male is represented as 0 and female is represented as 1. So here it is not numerical data. Okay, we say numerical data when it is continuous in nature. Suppose let's say age column. Okay, your weight, your number, okay, your salary. Okay, all these are continuous. Okay, but when there are some specific discrete values only present, okay, so in that case we call them as like categorical. Now categorical can be of two types. Okay, it is either it is present in numerical format or it is present in non-numerical. Suppose let's say I said, like I gave the example, sex column is there. Okay, so in that case, male or female is mentioned. Okay, so male, instead of male or female, it is mentioned 0 or 1. That is categorical and numerical. But it is not continuous data, right? It is categorical data. Okay. Then there is class non-numerical also. Suppose let's say position column is there, as you can see. So which position the player is playing from. Now what you can do, whenever you're working on categorical data, so you can, there is a function called as unique. Let me show you. Position is there now. So df3 dot position dot unique. So it basically gives us how many categories are there in that particular column, how many unique values are there in that particular column. Suppose let's say team is there. df3 dot team. Team is also categorical. Okay, dot unique. So you can see it is giving us this. Okay, so if you want to see how many unique values are there, just see the length. So there are 30 teams in the entire data set. Everyone getting this clear or not? Is it clear to everyone till here or not? It won't take duplicates for each one. Okay. See, unique basically gives us. Acha, हाँ, data I'm covering here. Just give me a minute. Okay. What happens, Abhishek? Unique basically gives us how many unique data is there in a particular column. Suppose let's say in the position column I'm running the unique method. It is giving us this 5 unique values are there in the entire column. The entire position column, self like only this data is there. PG, SF, SG, PF, C. No other data is present in the position column apart from these 5 values. Okay, so what all values? It is not saying unique Harish. As I'm explaining, it is not key. Boston Celtics is present only one time. No, it is showing. See, Boston Celtics is present multiple times. Okay, but what all data values are present? Okay, it is showing us that. Now, if you want to see the count, so there is a method class for that. df3 dot. Suppose that's I'm showing on position column. Dot value underscore counts. So you can see class it is showing us how many values, how many क्या बोलते हैं इसको? How many samples are there per category? Okay. For the SG position, SG is what? Okay, shooting guard. Okay, so there are different positions. Okay, so there are 102 players playing from the shooting guard position. Okay, in the entire data set. Clear class, everyone? There, in other words, there are 102 rows or 102 players playing from the SG position. Clear, everyone, or not? Categorical columns means this categories we can divide the entire data in categories, no? ये क्या हो गया? This particular if you talk about age, so age is continuous, right? One से लेकर like from starting from 1 till I don't know. Let's say age. So what you can do? df3 dot age dot min. So minimum age is 19. So df3 dot age dot maximum age is 40. So we have continuous data starting from 19 till 40, right? All the ages are present. You see, it is now Abhishek. Now it is totally up to you whether you want to consider that as a numerical category or just numerical column. It is totally up to you how you want to proceed. Usually, see, if there are only some discrete values present, okay, in that case we consider it as a category. Now it is dependent on analyst to analyst. That can differ. It is not going to change your analysis also. Don't worry about that. Okay, it is just how you are like considering that particular column. If you want to consider each and every age a separate category, कि अच्छा, how many people are from 19 age, how many from 20, how many from 21. Okay. So if you want to do that, you can consider this as a category. But in most of the scenarios, because a particular age doesn't mean anything. Suppose let's say, like Abhishek, let's say you are, I don't know, maybe 25 years of age. Okay. And let's say there is some other person who is 26 years of age. So will there be much difference between 25 and 26? Is the exactly age, is the exact age going to make any major difference in this particular scenario? Okay, acha, like if someone is 19, someone is 20, so is it going to make any difference? Major difference between 19 and 20? No, no. But suppose let's say suppose let's say you're talking about data for, let's say you have college data with you, okay, and in the college data, let's say there is the age column, okay, of a particular student in a particular class. So in that case, does age matter or not? Or suppose let's be more precise. Okay, a better example is, let's say, suppose you have data about people who are sitting for UPSC exam, okay, or that JEE mains exam, okay, or any kind of competitive exam. Okay, in that case, we have the age data also of the candidates who are applying for the exam. So in that case, does age matter? No, it matters. In some cases, there is age also, no? You cannot apply more than, suppose, like maximum age is 25, right? Plus, age matters in a sense, that if someone is of 24 years of age or someone is of 21 years of age. 21 years of age person would be in college. 24 years of age person won't be in college. At least not in undergrad, right? And in India. Are you getting this task, everyone? If your age is, if specific age is relevant to you, then you can consider it as a category. Otherwise, don't. Okay, what do we do in that case? That was actually going to be my next thing, the next concept that I was going to show you. There is something called as apply method in Pandas. Okay, now what apply does? Suppose class apply basically is used when you want to apply a particular functionality on each and every, I would say, element of a sequence of a column. Suppose it is more like a map function. We saw the map function, right? Map function was used for applying a particular functionality on each and every element of a sequence, right? Right. So how we can use? Let me show that in your like your, let first I'm showing in position column. Then I will show the same thing in age column. Okay. Suppose let's say class I want to. There is something called as label encoding. Okay. There is something called as label encoding. Okay. See, label encoding is a process of assigning numerical labels to categorical data values. Okay. Suppose I want to do some mathematical calculation. I want to do some mathematical calculation somewhere. Okay. So in that case, I will use your label encoding. Okay, because I cannot do mathematical calculation on this data, PG, SF, SG. Obviously, this is non-numerical data. No? We cannot do mathematical calculation on that. So what we will do class here, apply method, we will create a function def position. So was num. Total up to you, whatever function name you want to put. Okay, then data colon. If data is equal to SG, return 1, elif data equal to PF, return 2. Or what you can do class, just quickly create a dictionary here, SG colon 1, PF colon 2, PG colon 3, SF colon 4, C colon 5, and just return D of data. Everyone getting this function or not? What this function will be doing, everyone getting? Yes, it will work. Right? Now, what I will do, I will create a new column, pause none is equal to df3 dot position dot apply what? We are going to apply this particular function on each and every element of the position column, and we will store this result in the pause num. See this class. PG matlab 3 है ना? PG means 3, SF means 4. Basically, data is basically what will Python do now? What will Pandas do? What will apply do precisely? It will take data one by one. Data means PG. It will take first PG. It will apply this function on the PG data, then SF, then SG, then SG, then PF. Data is just a variable. You can take any variable. You can take X also, whatever. Totally up to you. You can take X also, but you have to take X here also. It is just a parameter. It is just a like placeholder which is storing the input data coming from the data from the column. Clear? We are using apply function here just to label and code the position column. Suppose class, let's say I want to do some mathematical analysis on the position column. Okay, is it possible to do any mathematical analysis on the position column directly? Can you calculate the average of the position column? Can you calculate the average of the position column? No, right? So that is a problem with position column because it is present in non-numerical format. So what we do class, in that case we do label encoding. Okay, so label encoding is a process of assigning numerical labels to categorical data values. It is a simple and efficient way to convert categorical data into numerical data that can be used for analysis and modeling. Just take analysis only. Modeling means like that is ML term. Clear till here? If there is a gap in column names, achha, how do we handle it? If there is a gap in column names, what do you mean by gap? Achha, while using dot, achha, if there is a dot, I think so. Just a minute. So we don't have any column like this, no, as of now. But I'm just creating a column just for the sake of explaining this to you. Okay, new column. This is what you are asking, I guess, Rohit. Okay, I'm just new column is there. So what you can do, df3 dot new call. If you write like this, so it will obviously throw error. But I guess just a minute. No? So in that case, what you can do, you can instead of using dot, you can directly use indexing. Okay. In that case, got that, Rohit? There might be some other way also, but uh, I'm not sure about that. Can we do like if the age is less than 18, we need to mention as minor? I'm coming to that also, Ranjit. That is the next thing that I will show. Clear class, clear everyone? Clear everyone till here? No, this will not work. No. Can we comment that code and keep it for reference instead of deleting it? Harvit, yeah, sure. I will do that next week. So let's continue our class. Now I'm going to show you the applies thing on the age column. Let's say we have this data frame DF3 with us. Okay, age column. Now, in this particular scenario class, like I explained earlier also, that I won't consider this age data as a categorical column. Why? Because the specific age of an individual is not going to affect my output as such. Okay. So what we can do, class, we have 3.age dot unique. We'll see how many unique values are there. So it is showing us that it is basically a range from 19 till 40. Okay. So now what we'll do? Let's say We'll do convert the entire thing into age groups. Okay, we'll convert this into category. How? Suppose mostly into like let's say junior, uh, and then which value क्या बोलते हैं? What do we call it? Junior. There is junior, there is senior, and then there is entry level, mid level. Okay, like that we can convert. Okay, so df3, we create a function class for that. Def age to cat. Basically, we're converting cat to category. We'll take data colon. If data, what will do? जैसे एक बना लेते हैं class. Let's say 19 to let's say 25, then 26 to let's say 30, 32, 35, 35 to 40. Okay. I'm doing these 4 categories. Let's name this ABCD for now. Okay. 19 से लेकर डेटा कहाँ तक होना चाहिए? Till 25. 19 will be included. Okay. If this is the case, return let's say A. Forget ABCD. Okay. Elif 25 to 25 is inclusive to 30. Return B. Elif 32, 35. Return C. Elif 35 to 40 inclusive. Return D. 4 categories. Now df3, get a new column, age group is equal to df3 dot age dot apply age to cat. Got this class everyone or not? Instead of ABCD now you can see. I don't have much knowledge about basketball, so whatever they call them as junior players or uh, new players or whatever. Okay, so based on that you can put junior, entry level or whatever, or you can like sometimes you do that on the basis of experience also. Obviously 19 1925, that is completely new, right? So newbies, there will be newbies and then somewhat experience and senior. Okay, and like that. Clear class till here or not? Arranging date. Nice, we don't have date column no, with us. हाँ तो एज को ही तो हमने एबीसीडी करा है। अच्छा यू आर सेइंग, अच्छा यू आर सेइंग कि यू आर आस्किंग मी टू पुट द सेम नेम, मतलब here also age and here also age. Instead of putting age group, you want me to put age here also. You want me to convert age data directly into like 19 ka A, 20 ka B, and so on. Thus, if I convert 19 to A, 20 to B, 21 to C, and so on, is there any point of doing that? No, no. Okay. You can create age groups out of that. Yes. Okay. But that is my just uh, I didn't understood what exactly you want to say. Like as per the sequence of age alphabet can arrange the data set. So that is what we did now, Mahesh. Okay, are you saying instead of doing writing this kind of code, you want me to uh, like write a simple code कि वो automatically ले लेगा, right? कि whatever data length is there, so every 5 length it will convert them into different group. अच्छा, okay. I guess for that you have to you write a loop ना, मतलब I think for I in C, what you can do class in this case ना, one thing. See, df3 dot age. This is where your code Python comes in. Try. I'm just giving you a hint. Try it once. Okay. If you don't, if you face problem, then let me know. You get the minimum age. Suppose let's say I'm storing it is in the m variable. So I got the minimum age. Similarly, I will get the maximum age also df3 dot age dot max. So I know the range. So what I can do for I in range of m to n plus 1 will go. Okay. And then you can, let's say you want to make a window. This is called as window. Basically grouping window of let's say 5. 5 के group बनाने, let's say. So window you are going to make as 5. So from there onwards you can run a for loop. Okay, keep on like your window equal to 5 is there na. Your step size will be window. Getting this class everyone. Say range हो गया. Don't use a for loop. You can do it like this also. List. See 19, 24, 29, 34, 39. n plus 1 है ना, तो 5 का ले रहा है तो ये लास्ट वाला नहीं लेगा, right? So obviously that to code. But now you got the range automatically. Now you can write the code using if else also, or maybe some for loop कि पहले उसमें 19 से 24 लेगा, फिर 24, 29 so on. And for ABCD you can use the ORD thing, right? Sorry, CHR of 65 is A, CHR of 66 is B, and so on. SKI using SKI values. Clear class so far? Try it once. Okay. So apply is done. Age group, college, weight, height. Height plus what we in case of height, you need to do something. Acha, I'm just okay, take 5 minutes, do one thing, class. What you need to do, class, you have to convert height into some data. Okay, you have to write a code, you have to write a function using apply only. You have to write a function, convert height into numerical data. Try to understand some problem here. कि अगर height let's say 6-10 है, and if you try to convert this into numerical, so it will convert that into 6.1. Similar manner, 6.6-1 will also convert to 6.1. So instead of doing this, do what? Convert the height into centimeter format. That should convert the height into centimeter. You have to write a code for that. All of you got the question? If you want to see the heights, you can simply use the unique method for that, df3 dot height dot unique. So all these heights are available. Wait quickly, class. You have to convert height into centimeter, Amit. If you convert the height column, you have to create another column, convert height column into centimeter. Centimeter or meter, whatever. Abhishek, will your code work? Have you tried that? Ranjit, I won't be back in 5 minutes. I am here only. I have given you a question. I am waiting for you to complete the question. Abhishek, don't you think when you convert in your according to your code, suppose let's say the height is let's say 511. Okay, 511 is there. So that will be converted to 5.11 and 5.1. Is it correct? You will multiply it with 100 whatever. First of all, when we convert into centimeter, so feet and inch, you multiply with 100 in order to convert to centimeter. एक तो ये दिक्कत है. एक अगर होगा suppose let's say 5.10 is there, 6.10 is there. 6.10 will be converted to 6.1. That is also a problem, no? So that is what you have to correct, no? Imran, for you also same thing. 6.10 will be taken as 6.1, no? No, it is not equal, no. 6.1 means 6 feet 1 inch. 6.10 means 6 feet 10 inch. 6.10 is taller than 6.1. That is what you have to write a code, ना रोहित. Directly तो कुछ भी नहीं convert करने में dot dash you just convert dash to dot, convert to float and that's it. Let me give you a hint. See, when you typecast 6-10 into 6.1, when you convert that, so ideally it should get converted to 6.10, but it is converted to 6.1. Why? Because this is the decimal. After dot, that there is a decimal. So instead of converting dash to dot, do one thing, split it. 6 को अलग कर दो and 2 को अलग कर दो. Yeah, suppose let's say 6.10 is there. 6-10 is there. So keep 6 separately. That is your fit. Okay, multiply separately for fit. Okay, and 10 will become 10 only. Okay, because it is now non-decimal value. So this is an inch. So convert this inch to centimeter separately this feet to centimeter separately and then add them together. Class, very simple thing, no? Feet to centimeter. That is 30.48. Okay. So def some function data. Okay. Now d is equal to dl is equal to data dot split on the basis of space. Sorry, space. This is a dash. Zero is 6 dash 0. So I will get this in the output. So both of them will be present in your uh, string format, right? Now, what you can do, dl is equal to list of map int comma dl. So now this, then just a, and we know that there are two elements here. Okay, so we can directly write output is equal to dl plus 0 multiplied by 30.48 plus, this is one thing. Second thing is dl ka 1 multiplied by that is 2.54. 2.54 इज 208.28 6 10 है, चेक कर लेते एक बार को 6 सेंटीमीटर 6.10 ये भी नहीं लेगा 6 is 182 ये रहा ना 6 and suppose let's say 1 is there, ठीक है, तो if you convert you'll get 185 centimeter, but if I give 10 inch so you get 208.28 centimeter. Clear class everyone? Same answer. Here written OP बस हो गया DF3 height num DF3 dot height dot apply count. Clear class everyone till here or not?